up, everybody? It's your boy Justin, the Vegan Savage, and the topic of discussion for today is going to be detoxing from nouns. Now, we learned that a noun is a person, place, thing, or an idea. And in order for you to propel to your next level, you're going to have to, unfortunately, sometimes detox yourself from people, places, things, and ideas that once held you captive or that once held you at a place of stagnation or at a plateau. So you definitely want to detox from that. Now, we have been conditioned that we should accept everything that comes our way, and whether it's good or bad, especially bad, accept it. There's a saying that says, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And I honestly, no shade to whoever coined that term, but I hate that term because my thought process is, why do I need the lemons in the first place? Why do I need to accept the lemons that you are presenting to me in the first place? I don't want the lemons. I don't want your lemons. So that's my thought process, though. But with that being said, a lot of times when in relationships and friendships and even relationships with family members, we tend to accept behaviors that are toxic because, we're in a relationship with them, they're our friends and family, and we love them. But at the end of the day, when it is toxic, it is not good for you. And as much love as you have for the individual or individuals, you have to detach and detox yourself from that, or it will take a hold onto you and it will pull you down mentally, physically, and emotionally. So you want to be careful with that. And the way that you do that is when you start seeing behaviors that is affecting you in a negative way, then you have to put a footnote on it and say, hey, what your behavior is affecting me negatively, and I just want to know what can we do to make sure that we both are satisfied in our friendship and our relationship, or whatever the case may be. If they are not willing to consider at least changing or not making steps to change, then you have to make a conscious decision to say, is this really worth my physical, mental, and emotional state of being to continue on accepting and being taunted by behaviors that I shouldn't have to be taunted by? Or do I need to say, okay, family love you, friend love you, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend love you, but at the end of the day, I cannot continue to be in this situation, or it's going to pull me down as well. And me being a person that was teased mostly by family members about being fat, I had to understand that in order for me to even get to my next place of being strong mentally to change my physical appearance, I had to say, I'm not going to continue to be taunted and laughed at or be the butt of jokes by family because I'm fat. I'm not going to continue to do that. So what I'm going to do is to remove myself from situations and spaces that are toxic to me and that are causing me to mentally be drained, physically be drained, and emotionally be drained, which will then cause me to be physically unhealthy. So with that being said, you really have to, sorry, I keep kicking the camera. You really have to be a person that is conscious and is willing to make the sacrifice to say, if this behavior is not changing, then I have to change my stance on it. Because you can't change people's behaviors, but you can definitely change your response. You can control your response, and you can control how you're going to plan to detox from the situation if they're not willing to change. And it can be hard because we love our loved ones. I mean, we love people that we're in relationships with, but at the end of the day, love yourself more. That's what I'm saying. Love, and I say it all the time on Instagram, love thyself. And whatever is happening that is causing your love for yourself to dwindle, then change it. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but at the end of the day, your state of being is more important. So with that being said, so definitely get rid of toxic people. Now, toxic environments, which is the places of the noun. There are just some environments that as people we do not belong in. There are some environments that physically and figuratively speaking that causes us to be sick, whether we know it or not, and whether we know that where we are physically and mentally, when I'm saying environments, I'm talking physical environments, mental environments. There are spaces that we do not belong in. If it is a place that is pulling you down, that is draining you, that is draining who you are, then you do not need to be there. There are some places that and I can't stress it enough, you just don't need to be, because physically, mentally, emotionally, it pulls on you. I used to work with this lady that worked in a different department for the same company that I'm currently working for. She was, when I first knew her, but when I knew her prior to this job, she was a person that was very vibrant, fun to be around, laugh, talk, have fun, cut up with, all that good stuff. Once I saw her at this workplace in this particular department, she was mean, nasty. Nobody wanted to be around her. She was like, she had a dark overcast over her countenance. She smoked like 7, 8 cigarettes a day. I don't smoke, never have smoked cigarettes, so I can't really say that that was a lot or not a lot. But to me, 8 cigarettes is a whole bunch in a day's time, especially when she told me that she was only smoking one a day. So she got so tired of this environment that she up and quit. And when I saw her like 2 or 3, I think it was about 2 or 3 months after she had quit, I was like, wow, you look amazing. She was like a completely different person, very vibrant. She was the person that I knew before she started working for this company. And I was like, well, what did you do? What did you change? She was like, the only thing I changed was my job. She was like, I could not work at that place anymore. It was killing me. And a lot of times environments will physically have a toll on you, and you have to be a person that understands that if the environment that I am in is not conducive for my well-being spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, then I don't need to be there. So we have to be conscious of that as well. And then not only that, things. When I'm talking about things, I'm talking about habits. So smoking, drinking, bad eating habits, whatever the case may be. If it is causing you, if whatever you are doing, your habits are causing you to not be a greater version of who you currently are, then you have to say, I need to cut this off. I don't need to do this. I don't need to be around this. I don't need to be around this person. I don't need to be in this environment, in this space. Why? Because when I am in this space, and these things tie in, people, places, things, and ideas tie in. Why? Because first, the base of it is people. People are in environments. Environments create habits, which are things. In other words, if I am a non-smoker or a non-drinker, if I am in an environment where smoking and drinking is always happening, at some point in time, I am going to, if I continually and religiously be in that space, I am going to partake in one of those events in that environment. I'm not just going to sit down and chill. A better scenario, if I am in a club where dancing and everything is going on, and although I may not be a dancer, at some point, if I keep going, I'm going to shake a leg, I'm going to do something. So, habits. When you are around wrong people, when you're around toxic people, it creates a toxic environment, and that toxic environment creates a toxic habit. And then the toxic habit creates a toxic idea. So you see how all of this overlaps. Bad people or toxic people creates toxic environments create toxic habits create toxic ideas. So now you've been prone, or you have been prey to bad people, bad places, bad things, which are habits. Now they have created an atmosphere of a bad idea, meaning that now your thought process has been altered because you were around bad people who then put you in a bad environment, and now you're in a bad environment and you picked up bad habits. Now your bad habits have caused you to then have bad ideas. And as I said in my last video, when your mind is not where it needs to be, when you are not in your absolute sharp place of mental stability, it will cause you physically to be driven somewhere where you don't need to be. Why is that? That is because we are controlled by our mind. Thoughts becomes reality. When your mind is not where it needs to be, it produces a reality. You follow your mind. At the end of the day, you follow your mind, and you have to have a very strong mind in order to propel yourself to the next level in life. But you're not going to propel yourself to the next level when you are around toxic situations. So let's start from the root of the matter. Who are you around? The peoples of the noun. Who are the peoples or the persons that you are around that are not adding to your life? And I say that even when choosing friends, even when choosing relationships, if these people are not causing you and are not pushing you to become a greater version of yourself, then you have to come to a place to say, do I really need to be around them because they're not challenging me up? You don't hang around people that are, and not to sound arrogant or not, and you're not being arrogant with this, but you do not need to be around people that are not on your level or who are not at least climbing up the ladder to where you are. Why is that? Because if you have people that are complacent with being at the bottom, they're not challenging you. And if they're not challenging you to become better, they will only pull you down. That's one thing. With the environment aspect, if you're around these people who are, and I hate to say it, beneath you, so to say, then you have a sense of a bad environment. Why would I, who is used to living or being at a certain place in life, come down to an environment where I know I don't fit in because my ideas, my process, my state of being is a higher level than the environment that I am being subject to? You get what I'm saying? So we have to understand, as people, we don't want to be a people who accept everything because we want to be, liked by everybody, or we want to be a people who, don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. At the end of the day, and I'm not saying go out and be just a douchebag. I've always wanted to say that word, but you don't want to be a person that is a douche. But at the end of the day, you want to be a person that is concerned about who you are physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually enough to say, I'm not accepting every situation. I'm not accepting every friendship. I'm not going to accept behaviors that are not causing me to become better. At the end of the day, you want to be a person that becomes better. And with that, you want to be a person that is around people, places, things, and ideas that are feeding you and that are allowing you to propel yourself to your next level in life. And so with that being said, I'm going to sign off right here because my mind is just steady chiming in. The more I talk, stuff is just steady coming to me. But at the end of the day, so let's review. You want to be around people who are positive. Positive people creates positive environments. Positive environments create positive habits. Positive habits create positive ideas, and now you have become a person that is full of life, and that is of, I've heard people use the term, of a higher vibration. You want to be a person that is full of life, that is a person that is ideas flow. You are creative. You have a lot of creative ideas. You are a person that is pleasant to be around. You are a person that people love to be around because you add to them. That's the person you want to be. But if you are a person that is around toxic people creates toxic environments. Toxic environments create toxic habits. Toxic habits create toxic ideas. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off right here for the second time. But if you like this video, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification, and follow me on all social media. And always remember to awaken your inner savage. Oh, and I know y'all thought I was gone, but I cannot take credit for this topic. I was having a conversation with my friend E. Cornell, and I was talking about, we was actually having a discussion, and again, he pretty much motivated this particular topic. We was having a discussion about toxicity in people because that was not going to be my topic. I was going to use the topic detox from toxic people. And he said, why not nouns? Detox from nouns. And he began to break down, a noun is a person, place, thing. So if you are going to detox, then you need to detox from all of that, not just the person. So I had to come back and give that special shout out to E. Cornell. Thank you so much for the idea. All right, again, awaken your inner savage. Peace.